Welcome back again to another lesson in English vocabulary level 3. Welcome to lesson 32. In this lesson, like previous lessons, we will be covering the new vocabulary in English. As I have told you, in this lesson we try to learn some new vocabulary. We try to learn the concept of the vocabulary and what is the usage of the vocabulary, why we should study this vocabulary, and we have to deal with the vocabulary in many ways, like the pronunciation. Yeah, how do we how we read the vocabulary and how we use it in our sentences when we speak and also when we write sentences. As I have told you in the previous lessons, it's better to you when you finish the lesson try to review all the vocabulary, because if you don't do any practice after the lesson you won't be learning anything. Yes. So the good way for this is to read books and read magazines and read newspapers, because when you read you may face this vocabulary that we learn here in the magazines, in the newspaper. And also try to bring paper and pen and start writing a paragraph. Yes, a simple paragraph, even a simple paragraph, because it helps you to start using this vocabulary in the passages or in the essays or in your own sentences. Uh, so if you try in this way and learn the vocabulary and memorize it in this way, as I told you, it will be a very good way. It would be a very good method to build many vocabularies on top of each other and start developing and improving your English skills. So first, let's start with this vocabulary. Yeah, we have corridor. The word form of a corridor is noun. As written here, you are familiar with these symbols. Verb, V means verb, noun means and means noun. So here we have these two vocabulary. We have corridor and also we have path. Yeah, these two different vocabulary. They are different in, you see, this is different in letters, this is different in pronunciation, but the meaning is the same. When you hear that someone says corridor or someone says path, these vocabulary are the same. We can use these two vocabulary in different places with the meaning and with the concept of situation, or the situation of a sentence, or the situation of that time when you use the vocabulary. Now we have read the vocabulary and we are familiar with the word form of the vocabulary. Both of them are noun. We have corridor and we have path. Yeah. Let's read the definition of the vocabulary too, in order to understand and decide about the meaning and discuss about the meaning of the vocabulary. Here, this is a definition for the first one, corridor. Yeah. Here it says corridor is a long passage, yeah, in a building or train, especially with rooms on either side. So here imagine uh, you are in a hotel. Yes, you are in a hotel. There's a corridor, there's a passage. Yes, when you go through the hall. Yeah, go through the hall. You see that on each side of the corridor there are rooms. Yes, they are parallel to each other. Yes, the doors they are parallel to each other. And if you go through the corridor, you may face the many different rooms. Even in a train. Yeah, even in a train, in a bus. Yeah, there's a side to side. Yeah, in each side we have seats and people can sit. Yeah, and between them people can throw. Yeah, can walk through the bus and can walk through the train and can walk through the building. So the only thing here is important to you to know that a corridor is a connection between two buildings. Yes, or between two rooms, or between like sides of a bus, like a sides of a train or in a metro. When you think that there's a rooms, or there's also seats. uh, I have uh, installed a picture and show you that how to uh, know how to know what the corridor is. uh, Here, this is the definition for the path, the noun form. Let's start with the path. Path is a route, yeah, uh, or a track between one place and another, or the direction in which something is moving. A path, it can be used as the meaning as the same way as the corridor. It means that this is a road, or this is a track between one place and another. Yeah, a path can be a connection between two cities and two villages and two countries. It can be either like a road, or also it can be used as a direction that something is coming, something is going, and something is coming toward of you, or something like that. You can say, you may have been uh, see that when in a television, yeah, when the weather service issues, they say the hurricane is on way, or the path of the hurricane is toward of this village or this country. Yeah. Let's read the Kurdish meaning in order to know more about the meaning of the vocabulary in Kurdish, because this is important for us. When we know the Kurdish meaning of a vocabulary, or also know the English meaning of the vocabulary, there should be something familiar and easy for us to recognize it. The Kurdish meaning is said rero yaukhud raro. Yeah. Here I have given you two different pictures. Yeah. These pictures, they are symbolizing for these two vocabulary, corridor and path. As I have told you, corridor is a long path. Yes, this is a long path, as you see here. This is a long path. In each side, it can be a room. Yeah, yeah. These are the rooms. Yeah, or these are windows. It can be windows and it can be rooms. This is a path, and you can go through the entire corridor. Or the corridor, as I have told you, it can be used as a connection. It's a connection between two buildings. Yeah, between two houses, and between two things that you can imagine. Here, this is a path. Yeah, this is a path also, and this is a corridor. uh, you may have seen this in the school halls. Yeah, in the school halls, when there's a hall and all students, they funnel and divide into the rooms. Yes, and you may have seen that in the same thing in the hotels. Here, this is a pass. This is a pass. As I have told you, a pass can be used as a road, yeah, or a track between two places. This road, it may be used as a road or connection between two cities, or two villages, and two countries, or between any few things that you imagine. So this is a pass. It can be used as a road. Yeah. Let's go through some sentence examples about this vocabulary in order to know the exact meaning of the vocabulary. Yeah. So it's better to you, when you finish the lesson, try to write your own sentences about this vocabulary. Yeah, and try to read those magazines and those newspaper about the construction building, about the civil engineering, if you like, because this been relating for the engineers. Yeah, or any other things that you may like to read. So the concept is just to read. Yeah, to read and write, and you may face this vocabulary that we are covering right now. Number one, I could hear the clack of high heels walking past in the corridor. So here, imagine you are in class. Yes, you are in class. You are sitting. You are paying attention for the lectures. Well, like here, you hear the clack of high heels. Yeah, the clack of high heels. Someone is walking through the corridor. So you hear that. You hear that somebody is walking through the corridor, because, as I have told you, in the halls, in the school halls, it's like a corridor. Yeah, and each side of corridor we have classes. Number two, my office is down to the corridor on the right. Yeah, imagine you are in a company. Yeah, in a company there's a corridor, and inside of the corridor we have offices, we have manager offices, and we have offices for employees and offices for engineers, for managers. So you tell the location of your office in a company, yeah, in a building. In a building you say, hey, hello my friend, my office is down to the corridor on the right. The corridor on the right. You go down to the corridor on turn right, there's my office. Number three, the children funnel it along to the corridor into the school hall. And I've told you that in the school halls there's a room side to side, yeah. It means in each side they are parallel to each other. The rooms are parallel. Yes, I've shown you the picture so you know that. Number three, there's a connection corridor between the buildings. The engineer means that there we have two buildings here, and there's a corridor connection between these two buildings, so people can enter the another building by walking through the connection, which is a corridor. Yeah. More examples to look at it. Number five, a furious fire is still raging through the forest, burning everything in its path. As I have told you that path it can be used as the direction of something that's moving. So you know with the fire, yeah, there's a fire, yeah, through the forest. Yeah, the forest is burning, and the fire is is uh, is going through the village. Is going through the city or the country. Yeah, the fire is very big, and here we understand that past it been used as the direction of a fire. Yeah, the fire has been moving through the village, has been moving through the city, and start to burn everything on its path. Number six, the weather service issues warnings to people in the path of a hurricane. So we know that with a hurricane is a natural disaster, and here the World Service issue that the World Service issued the warnings, many warnings, yeah, to the people. Uh, they say that the hurricane is on way, so uh, uh, please be patient. Please be patient. There's a hurricane and start leaving the place. Yeah. In these two sentences, as I've told you, past is being used as a direction of something, moving toward something. And past it can be used as a road between two connections, between two cities, two villages, between two buildings. Number seven, it will be several days before snowplow clear a path to the village. So when the weather is snow, everything will be covered by snow. So the ministry, the Maori of the city and the Maori of the province starts to plow and clear the paths through the villages, because they will be blocked in the villages. They cannot enter, and they cannot leave the villages when the weather is snow, because everything will be covered by snow. So they start to clean the paths. It means they clean the road between the city and the village, and the village and the city. Yeah. Here I have another vocabulary in this lesson. Here we have charity. We have what? We have charity. The word form of a charity is noun. Yeah. Let's know what's charity. Let's read the definition of the charity and then read the Kurdish meaning of the vocabulary. Here it says, a charity is a system of giving money, food, or help free to those who are in need because they are ill, poor, or have no home, or any organization which has the purpose of providing money or helping in this way. So what do you have? What you understand from this definition? You understand that charity is, it can be an organization, and this organization helps people. Yeah, this is unwell. Yeah, and this organization work for free. They are unpaid. Well, they are unpaid. The government does not pay them money for their work. So there's an organization. They are helping poor people. They are helping ill people. Yeah, and especially those people who have no home. Who have no home. Yeah, this organization uh, gives them money, gives them food for free, and gives them help. Yeah, in order to escape from the situation that they have, especially for those people who are immigrated into our country. Yeah, like the people in Syria and the people in the Mosul and people from the southern of Iraq. They came to Kurdistan. You see that, and we have many charity organizations, and this charity give money and give food for the children and for the old people, for everyone that are immigrating and they have no home. Yes, because they are immigrated. Here, this is a picture to clarify that the meaning of a charity. You may have seen this box in many places, maybe in the restaurants or in the hospitals or in the schools. They collect this money, yeah, and people collect this money. They give money to the charities, and the charity will use the money to help the people, who are poor, and to give them food, to give them help. Yeah, the money will be use it to buy foods and use it to buy clothes, use it to buy medicine and give them to people. The Kurdish meaning of this vocabulary here means دستگاه خیرخوازی میاخد منظمه خیرخوازی. So what is important here to you is to know that charity is an organization. Yes, and this organization helps poor people, helps those people who are ill, yeah, in the country, and they cannot take responsibility for themselves. So this organization is unpaid. The government does not give them money. Yes, they do not support the charities. The charities are contain many people. Yeah, there are many people. There are a group of people that are working they are working together. They help the other people. Yeah. So here there are some sentence examples about this vocabulary. Let's read them together. Number one, people tend to give to charity. Yeah, at the Christmas time. Here it says at the Christmas time, many people they give money. They give money to the charities. Yeah, give money to the charities, and the money will be used to help other people, to help poor people in the country. Number two, proceeds from the sale of these cars will go to or be given to the local charities. Here it means the invest and the income of the sale of the company or the organization will be used. The proceeds from the sale of these cards. When they sell these cards, like cards of a concert, cards of like any other things that may been created in the city, yeah, and the money of the cars, the sale of the cars will be used in the local charities. They collect money in the local charities, and then they use the money to buy food, to buy clothes, and to buy any other things that people need in the country. Number three, thanks to a large gift from an anonymous donor, the charity was able to continue its work after that donation. So here we have many rich people. Yeah, we have many rich merchants, we have many rich businessmen in the countries. These countries, they give money to the charities. Yes, but they do not introduce themselves. They do not introduce themselves to the charity. They say, here, this is the money, I will give you this money, and you will use the money for buying things for poor people in the country or in the city, in the villages. Or here in this situation, we know that both teachers and actors and any other levels in the Kurdistan, they don't have enough money to continue their life, and we have many poor people. So the businessmen and the anonymous donor, it means that those people who donate money to the charities, but they don't introduce themselves. They do not introduce themselves. We call them anonymous donor. Anonymous donor. Donor, it means someone who donates money, who donates something valuable to the to other people and to the charities. Yeah. Here I've given you a practice about this vocabulary. Blank is a system of giving money, food, or help free to those who are in need because they are ill, poor, or have no home, or any organization which has the purpose of providing money or helping in this way. A. Business. B. Loan. C. Charity. Yes. Let's know who knows the answer. Yes. And a few minutes ago we have read the definition of the vocabulary, so it would be easy to you to identify what the right vocabulary for the blank. Yeah. But first let's read the sentence together, yeah, and then decide what is the right answer here in the multiple choices. Here it says it's a system of giving money. It's a system of giving money. Giving money for whom? Yeah. And giving money and giving food and giving help for whom? For those people who are in need. They need the money. They need the money because they don't have any money. They don't have food. Yeah. There's no anyone to support them. There's no anyone to help them. So it's a system of giving money, food, or help free to those who are in need because they are ill. These people are poor. These people, they have no home. Yeah. And this organization gives them money and gives them food in order to continue their life. So what do we call this organization? This is a business, or this is a loan. They give them money and they will return back after 2 months or after a year, after what. But here this system of organization gives them money for free. Yeah. The people don't return the money for them because they will use the money to continue their life. So here this is a charity. Charity is the right vocabulary for the blank because this is an organization helps poor people in the country. Yes, so the right vocabulary is charity. Yeah. Here this is another vocabulary. I have given you the name of the vocabulary. Yeah, the word form of the vocabulary is noun, but I haven't given you any definition and any Kurdish definition for this vocabulary. So I will give you this as a practice for you. So you may write down in your notebook, and then start searching for this vocabulary. Because as I've told you, I will be giving you some vocabulary as a practice. So it will be a practice for you when you finish the lesson and go search on Google. Yeah. Here, this is another vocabulary in this lesson. Here we have sponsor. The word form of a sponsor is verb. Here we have also the noun form of the vocabulary, sponsorship. What? Sponsorship. Sponsorship, this is a noun form of the vocabulary. Let's read the definition of the vocabulary first, and then we read the Kurdish meaning of the vocabulary. Sponsor in a verb here, it means to support a person or an organization